What's going on, guys? Now, before I get into the bulk of this episode, if you do want to pick up a copy of Cricket Coach 2014 for yourself, use the link down below in the description for an exclusive 10% discount. Right, guys, today we are playing the third one-day international against Sri Lanka. We're currently leading the series 2-0, but I wouldn't say that it has been a very comprehensive series for the Black Caps at all. We do have that 2-0 lead, but we have, I guess, struggled a little bit. We've basically been taken to around the final over in a lot of the games. Southey's been outstanding. He took 6 for 21 in one game. But the other bowlers just haven't really stood up for me. And I kind of am still looking, I guess, for, you know, someone else who can really go and lead the attack. I don't really use Mitch McClenaghan anymore. He has gotten older, basically very close to retirement. So Southey basically seems to be doing a lot for me. As I said, I'm still looking for some pace bowlers. We've got Doug Bracewell in there who's been bowling well. We've got Adam Milne, and today we've got Nick Beard. We're playing the spinner. Obviously, we have gone to Sri Lanka, so spin is going to play a big factor in everything. So we've gone with him, and for some reason for me, when it comes to spinners in limited overs cricket, they just don't seem to take wickets for me. I don't know what it is, but they are very good holding bowlers. So hopefully he can go and do a job today. I think him and Williamson in a game previously, I think they bowled 20 overs between them. Jimmy Neesham was getting taken for a bit of stick, and I think they only went for about 60 runs in those 20 overs. So they definitely went and did their job, and then the quicks obviously went and picked up the wickets when needed. But Adam Milne, sometimes, I mean, he's gone and picked up Turamani there for me, which is good. But he just seems to get taken to the sword quite often. When he is bowling at the tail, much like I guess probably in real life, he can be very effective because he gets those Yorkers in, and obviously that extra pace can really go and hurry up the batsman. But when it comes to bowling to like the set batsman at a certain point in time, it just doesn't really work. So I've kind of got to go and work, I guess, my way around that. He's gone 1 for 38 today off 7 overs so far, so he's bowled a lot on the trot, which is quite strange. But hopefully Nick Beard, I mean, look at that. He's played 7 matches, only taken 2 wickets, and his average is over 100. So he obviously doesn't go and pick up wickets very often. He has only picked up 2 in 7 one-day internationals. And I'm so glad I kept Bracewell on there because he has gone and picked me up another wicket. So that has gone and broken, well, it's broken what was a very good partnership. So hopefully Nick Beard can, as I said, try and pick us up some wickets today because he hasn't really done too much with the ball. He hasn't done much with the bat, but he hasn't been taking wickets with the ball, which is kind of what we want. We want that guy who is going to be economical, but he's still going to pick you up the odd wicket. And I mean, 2 wickets in 7 games, really that isn't a good enough return. But he is our best limited overs option when it comes to spin bowling, which is a little bit of a concern. Unless basically I went with 4 seamers and then used Kane Williamson, who I could use because he does seem to pick up wickets quite a bit more often than the other bowlers. But Sri Lanka are going along nicely here. I'm going to bring back Tim Southey because he was great at the top, and hopefully if he can go and pick up some wickets, it is going to make it easier for, I guess, the other pacemen to really run through this tail. And there we go. He's broken the partnership again. So we have broken the partnership at crucial stages in this game. Fuller again is going to go wicketless. He's a guy who, you know, I am trying to bring into this one-day side, and I think he could be very successful in this one-day side. But again, similar kind of thing, not really taking wickets. When he does take them, he'll take them in a huge bunch, and he'll take, you know, 4 or 5. I was going to say 6, but I don't think he's ever taken 6 before in his career. But he just doesn't seem to quite get it done. And same as Adam Milne, because of that extra pace, he does seem to get taken to the sword more often than not. So we really need to go and, I guess, try and work on that. Whether it's a case of bringing in, I guess, some more medium pace guys to go and possibly do the job. But there we go. He's gone and picked one up. And this is where he can be dangerous. Bowling to these tail-enders, bowling to these lower order batsmen, he can go and get wickets in quick succession. So hopefully he can go and do that today. We've got Pereira, the all-rounder, at 7 as well. And there we go. Nick Beard has picked up a wicket. His average has dropped below 100. Still 83, though. That is... wow, I don't even know where to begin with that. And as I said, this is where Milne can be dangerous. If you do save him for the death, and you do, you know, he comes in when people and teams are, you know, 5 or 6 down, he will go and run through like he is doing here today, and he's just gone and picked up a hat-trick just like that. So only 188 needed, so this has probably been the most comfortable game so far for the Black Caps. Hopefully I haven't gone and jinxed it yet. I am still looking for another opener as well. I have been using Kane Williamson as an opener in T20 cricket. I was thinking of potentially doing it in one days as well, because Guptill seems to fire most of the time on all cylinders for me, but it really is trying to find an opening partner for him. I did take Anton Devcic with us to Sri Lanka, because obviously, as I said earlier, with the ball spinning around and stuff, he is a very useful part-time option. Rutherford's getting the job done today, so that could be good, because really between Rutherford, Worker, and probably Devcic, those three guys are basically vying for that second opening spot. So hopefully he can go and kick on here today. He's got a good start, and that is really what we want to see. Speaking of openers in New Zealand, there has been a lot of talk. Obviously, Brendan McCullum played his last test on, would have been Wednesday, was the final day. But there's a lot of talk about that. And there has been talk that a replacement possibly could already be in the New Zealand team, and he may slide down. And that is Martin Guptill. Now, Martin Guptill, when he has batted at number 5, I think he has scored 100 and 250s in 2 games. Now, those were against Bangladesh. But with his technique, he doesn't really have the technique to succeed as an opener in Test cricket. Obviously, he can get away with it a little bit when it comes to one-day internationals, because he is a hit-out kind of player and he can play that bail-out shot. But when it comes to trying to play a long innings in Test cricket, I don't think he can personally do it. So maybe batting at number 5 could potentially be good for him. A lot of people saying Henry Nicholls is going to take that spot. That he is also a long-term replacement, obviously, for Ross Taylor at number 4 as well. And a lot of people have, I guess, had their opinions on this. A lot of people have said possibly move Corey Anderson up to number 5. That way you can bring in James Neesham. You could bring in Mitchell Santner if you want to. It gives you that extra bowling option. Personally, I don't see Corey Anderson as a number 5 batsman. I don't think his batting stats at the moment justify him a place in the top 5. I think, even in the top 6, I mean, I think he's had 100, a couple of 50s, so he is starting to get a wee bit more consistent with the bat, but I just don't see him with his batting ability at the moment, and I guess his batting mentality. I don't see him as a top 5 player just yet in his career. If he could bat in the top 5, that would be absolutely great, obviously going forward, especially being that 4th seamer or 5th seamer sometimes, depending on the makeup of the side that New Zealand go for. Hamish Rutherford, he's really done the job for me today. We've gone and brought him in, and he has gone and got the job done. And this has been the most convincing victory on tour for the Black Caps so far. Only 2 down, still 16.5 overs left. Hamish Rutherford, the star of the match, he got 109 off 106. Don't forget Adam Milne. He took his first 5-fer in one-day internationals as well. So things are looking up, obviously, for Milne. Just need to try and sort out Fuller. Nick Beard took a wicket as well, so that is something quite strange, I guess you would say. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please remember to leave a like. If you are new, please do subscribe. Make sure you check out my Facebook and Twitter. Links to that can be found down below in the description. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend so far. Remember, tune in tomorrow. Cliffy's Champions League. Week 1 is going to be coming your guys' way, 7 o'clock. I can't wait for it. There are so many other people that can't wait for it. Really looking forward to it. As I said, hope you're having a good weekend, and we'll see you tomorrow.